Welcome to A Mind for Life, the cosmology of being, the trichotomy of identity, mind. Okay? We are taking a little branch, all right? The branch is moving from just staying within that trichotomy, inspired self, physical self, and conditioned body. As I was getting the conditioned body, what emerged on the horizon, larger than anything else, was mind. Mind came up and said, it's my time. Mind is what we're going to be talking about. It is probably the single most important aspect, feature of the universe. And here we are realizing and realizing the universe. Okay? A Mind for Life is about freedom. A Mind for Life is about helping you to get in touch with who you really are so you can live your truth. A Mind for Life is not here to give dogma or one way. Your ability to behold is your divinity. Your ability to behold contains your freedom. And A Mind for Life, through its different videos and messages, is conveying this. All right? So we're going to get into mind right now. Let's get right into mind. And by the way, as we do these discussions on mind, we're going to come back to the conditioned body, and it will give us an expanded view on the universe. Like, you know, when you get a cell phone, you get the cell phone, you turn it on, you know, activate a few apps in there or whatever. You're doing features on the phone. However, once you learn more about the phone, you access more of the phone. More of the phone emerges to you at a later time the more you learn. It's easy to say the universe is expanding. It's easy to say that when you haven't seen the whole universe. Is it expanding? We are getting an expanded view on the universe with mind. Mind is being. God is being. God is mind. Let me say that again, because this is a lot of the foundation for mind. Mind is being. Being is that which is. Being is isness. Being is existence. Okay? God is being. Everything has its existence in God. God is mind. And now here's the inclusive part. Mind is an expression of God. And I'm going to open that up in a second. Your universe is expressed as mind. Is an expression of God, is God, and is an expression of mind. There is a creative sequence in the universe. The sequence, I call it the divine sequence. The divine sequence. You can write that down. The divine sequence goes like this. God expresses mind. Mind expresses thought. Thought expresses manifestations that we can be aware of at the level of the trichotomy. Let me say that again. God expresses mind. Mind expresses thought, and thought expresses manifestation. Now, think of mind in this sequence. Think of mind as a huge cosmic sized musical instrument with many holes all around, like a sponge or something. And out of these holes comes sound. The sound has different pitches. The pitches of the sounds have associated with them other pitches that go with the note, the sound. Think of it this way. For those of you familiar with music, we have the key of B flat. In the key of B flat, we have an association, a grouping, a certain grouping according to a formula of other notes that would fit with that to make, say, the key of B flat major. All right, there's a sequence or a distance between certain notes that fit together in a certain way that go together, and that's the key. So if you think about mind as this huge cosmic sponge that's expressing through its holes sound, the sound are individual particular thoughts, which are expressions of mind, and each sound has with it other sounds that go with that main sound. The main sound we could call the home sound or the tonic sound. Now this is an illustration, but it gets at the idea of thought. And I'm going to define thought. Thought is any movement of inner mind conscious awareness. Awareness is the key. Thought is any movement of inner mind conscious awareness. So thought can be ideas, thought can be intuitions, thought can be feelings, feelings. That gets into a different area, but thoughts very close, and I'm going to unpack that later. Thoughts are physical. Growth and healing are also thought. So when we talk about thought, we're not just talking about I had an idea. Having an idea is, yes, an expression of thought, but that's not the only expression of thought. So we have this divine sequence, which is a creative principle. Now, I want to say this about being as well, because this is crucial to unpacking later. Being non-existent is being. There is no such thing as that which does not exist. There is no such thing as that which is being non-existent, because it is being. What is it being? It is being non-existent. Now that may sound like a circle, but if you feel your way into that, you will get a really richer understanding. Now, mind also refracts through the universe. Yes, the universe is mind because it is being, true. But also, there is a particular way that mind interacts and refracts through the different aspects of your universe. I'm going to get to that in the next video. So let me recap this video, because it can get a little condensed in a good way. Mind is being. God is being. God is mind. Mind is also an expression of God. There's a divine sequence, which is or you could call it the creative principle of the universe. God expresses mind, and mind is an expression of God. Thought is an expression of mind. Manifestations are expressions of thought according to its kind. Okay? So once we unpack that, we begin to understand that mind is much more than, oh, I changed my mind, or I had a thought in my mind. When people talk like that, from now on, you're going to see it a little bit differently, okay? All right, so that is the first video on mind, which is very important to understanding the cosmology. As we go back to the conditioned body, we're going to have a really rich understanding of what it means at the level of identity for me to think and have willpower, and for me to fantasize, and for my body to grow. What's going on? See, now we have like an understanding, a feelization of what's going on. That's mind. All right, so see you in the next video, and it will be on mind. It'll be focusing primarily on what I call the refractive nature of mind. This is an amazing teaching, guys. I don't think there's ever been anything like this in the history of mankind before. And I know that may sound like a huge statement, but I really believe this is the new millennium of consciousness, really ultimately moving to a level of understanding that our power is in our ability to behold. All right, so with that, I'm going to peace out with a mindful life. All right, peace out.
I can touch the sky, I can